Hello students, myself Rakesh Kumar, PGT Chemistry, Government Model Sanskriti, Senior Secondary School, Toleda, Jila Mahendragarh, Haryana. Students, today we are going to learn about alcohol, phenol and ethers. Our today's aims are number one, introduction to alcohol, phenol, and ethers. Second one is classification of alcohols. And third is nomenclature of alcohols. And fourth one and last one is preparation of alcohol. Students, it's time to learn alcohol, phenols, and ethers. What are alcohols, phenols, and ether? A short introduction. First, alcohols, phenols, and ethers are the classes of organic compounds. Organic compounds, those compounds which has carbon as one of the constituent, or we can say carbon and its derivatives are called the organic compound. And alcohols, phenols, and ethers all have carbon in their composition. So we can say these are the organic compounds. These compounds have huge application in industry for domestic purposes. These are utilized in many purposes like in medicine, in cleaning agent, etc., which are used in our homes. So these compounds have huge applications. What are alcohols? Let's see. Alcohols is the product we get when saturated carbon atoms bond to a hydroxyl group. Saturated carbon atom, that is the carbon atom, and if it is combines with the hydrogen or other atoms, suppose if we are combining OH to it, OH to it, then that is called the alcohol. Alcohol. Suppose here hydrogens are attached, then what it will form? It will form methanol. Methanol is a alcohol. Similarly, phenols is the what? What we get when the OH group replaces hydrogen atom from where? From benzene ring. So when hydrogen atom is replaced from benzene ring and OH is added to it, that is called the phenols. Phenols, suppose that is the benzene ring, and if one hydrogen is replaced with, that is the hydrogen, and if it is replaced with OH, one hydrogen is replaced with OH, that is called the phenol. Phenol. Okay. Similarly, what are ethers? Ethers are the products when we get oxygen atoms is bonded to alkyl or aryl groups. Oxygen atom is added to two alkyl groups or aryl groups. Suppose that is the alkyl group, and oxygen atom is attached here with another alkyl groups. Means there are two alkyl groups. If two alkyl groups are bonded with oxygen, like that is called the ethers. Okay, so that is the short introduction. What are alcohols, phenols, and ethers? What is alcohol? Alcohol. The word alcohol comes from Arabic terms called alcohol, means the fine powder. Alcohol word is comes from Arabic term is called the alcohol. Alcohol means the fine powder. Fine powder. Okay, alcohol is an organic compound which contains hydroxyl group attached with the carbon. Here, carbon is there and OH atom is combined with it. That is called alcohol. Okay. Now, some examples of alcohol. ROH. That ROH is the journal formula for alcohol. Here, R is the alkyl group. It can be represented like that. It can be represented like that. ROH. Here R groups are, what are R groups? R groups are methyl CH3. Similarly, ethyl C2H5, C2H5, ethyl group, propyl, alkyl group is R. We can see R is the alkyl group. For example, methyl group, ethyl group, and propyl group. If OH is combined with these alkyl groups, then alcohols are formed. Okay. Examples: methyl alcohol. Here, methyl group is attached with OH. Here, R is CH3, is methyl group. Similarly, ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol is C2H5OH. Here, R group is C2H5 and OH is attached with it. Similarly, propyl alcohol, OH group is here attached with three carbon atoms. So what are alcohols? Alcohols are those compounds which are formed when hydroxyl group is combined with alkyl group. Okay, these are called alcohols. Let's see what are phenols. Phenols. Phenols is the one of the group of organic compounds identified by the group of hydroxyl bound to a carbon atom that forms a part of aromatic ring. What is the aromatic ring? Aromatic ring is the closed ring in which carbon atoms are combined in the form of ring like that. It is the benzene ring. It has the formula C6 and H6. C6H6. If here one hydrogen atom is removed and if we add here OH, then it forms the phenol. Phenol. Okay, what will be the formula for phenol? Phenol will be represented by C6, H5 and OH. C6, H5 and OH. That is the simplest phenol. Okay. The word phenol is also specific name. Its simplest member, monohydroxybenzene, that is C6H5OH, as benzenol. It is also called benzenol. Okay. Now, alcohols are similar to phenols, but stronger bond of hydrogens are formed. That is the main point. You have to remember it. What is that point? That alcohols are similar to phenols. What is the difference between alcohols and phenols? In alcohols, alkyl group is combined with OH group, or we can say OH is combined with alkyl group. But in phenols, the aromatic ring is combined with OH group. Okay, that is the main difference. We can say these are almost similar, but the stronger bond of hydrogens are formed in phenols. That is the point you have to remember. Okay, let's see. What are ethers? Ethers are a class of organic compounds that mostly contains an ether group when oxygen atom is bonded to alkyl groups or to aryl groups. Okay, oxygen atom, that is the oxygen atom, and two alkyl groups. These are the two alkyl groups R and R1. These two alkyl groups are here combined with oxygen atom. Similarly, two aryl groups can be combined. Two aryl group, for example, O, if here aryl group is combines with it like that, benzene ring. Similarly, another benzene ring is there, that is the benzene ring. If two aryl groups or two alkyl groups are combined with oxygen atom, that is called ether. Okay. Now, the word ether has been derived from the Latin word ether, which means ignite, to ignite, the burning substance. So, ethers are the burning substance which catch fire very easily. Okay, now the general formula of ether is given as ROR and ROR dash. Symmetrical ethers. What are symmetrical ethers? Symmetrical ethers are those ethers in which alkyl groups are identical, or we can say alkyl groups are same. Those ethers are called symmetrical ethers. Similarly, unsymmetrical ethers, those ethers in which oxygen atom is bonded with two different alkyl or aryl groups. So, those ethers are called unsymmetrical ethers. Here, one is the example of symmetrical ethers. Methyl group is here. Similarly, another methyl group is here, and these two methyl groups are bonded with oxygen atom, so it is called symmetrical ether. That is the introduction about the alcohol, phenols and ethers. Now, classification of alcohols on the basis of number of carbon atoms attached to alpha carbon. Number of carbon atoms attached to alpha carbon. That is the main base of the classification. Carbon to which hydroxyl group is attached. Alcohols are classified as alpha carbon atom and OH group. Both are here considerable. That is the main base of classification. According to the number of carbon atoms attached with the alpha carbon atoms, alcohols are of three types. Number one, primary alcohol, first degree alcohol. This is the type of alcohol which has only one carbon atom attached with the alpha carbon atom. If only one carbon atom is attached with the alpha carbon atom, for example, ethanol. In ethanol, that is the alpha carbon atom and it is combined with the one carbon atom only. So such kind of alcohols are called the primary alcohols. In these alcohols, alpha carbon atoms combines with hydroxyl group and also one of the carbon atom. Only one carbon atom is there with alpha carbon atom. So these are called the primary alcohols. Similarly, secondary alcohols. Secondary alcohols, those alcohols in which alpha carbon has two carbon atoms attached with it. For example, butane 2-ol. Here OH group is attached with the carbon atom, that is called the alpha carbon atom. Here alpha carbon atom is attached with carbon number 1 and carbon number 2. So we can say the alpha carbon atom if combines with the two carbon atom number 1 and carbon atom number 2, if alpha carbon atoms is attached with the two carbon atoms, that is called secondary alcohols, second degree alcohols. Okay, now third one is tertiary alcohols or third degree alcohols. What are the third degree alcohols? Third degree alcohols are those alcohols in which alpha carbon atom is combined with three carbon atoms. For example, tertiary butyl alcohol, or we can say 2-methyl 2-propanol. 2-methyl 2-propanol, here alpha carbon atom is that, and here it is combines with the one carbon atom number 1, carbon atom number 2, carbon atom number 3. If it is combines with the three carbon atom, that is called the tertiary alcohols. Okay, now on the basis of number of carbon atoms attached to the alpha carbon atom, what is alpha carbon atom? It is the carbon from which OH means hydroxyl group is attached. So, if alpha carbon atom is combined with only one carbon atom, that is called the primary alcohol. If alpha carbon atom is combined with the two another carbon atoms, that is called the secondary alcohols. If three carbon atoms are combined with the alpha carbon atom, that is called the tertiary alcohol or third degree alcohol. Okay, now the another base of the classification of element is number of hydroxyl group. Let's see. On the basis of number of hydroxyl group OH group present in the alcohols, what we have to see in classification of alcohols, we have to see number of OH group present, number of OH group present in the compound. On the basis, these are classified in some of the alcohols types. These are monohydric alcohols. Mono means single, one. So the monohydric alcohols are those alcohols in which only one hydroxyl group is attached. Okay, OH group is attached, only one OH group is attached, only one hydroxyl group is attached, that is called the monohydric alcohols. The general formula for monohydric alcohols is CnH2n plus 2O. Okay. Examples: CH3OH, methanol. Here only one carbon atom is attached with only one OH group. Means here the base of the classification of alcohols on the number of the OH group present in the compound. So here we see that only one OH group is present with carbon atom, that is called methanol. In methanol only single hydroxyl group is there. In ethanol is also one hydroxyl group is there. So these are called the monohydric alcohols. Second one is dihydric alcohols. Di means two, where two hydroxy groups are present. Two hydroxy group, such alcohol which contains two OH groups. For example, glycol. What is the structure of glycol? That is the structure of glycol. In glycol, two carbon atoms are there which are combined with two OH groups. Means there are two hydroxyl groups are present. So such kind of the alcohols which contains two hydroxyl groups are called dihydric alcohols. Similarly, trihydric alcohols, those alcohols which has three OH groups. Three OH groups are present in trihydric alcohols. For example, glycerol. Glycerol, the formula of glycerol is here. The structure of glycerol is here. Three carbon atoms are there which are combined with three OH groups, three hydroxyl groups. So it is called the trihydric alcohols. And last one is polyhydric alcohols. What are polyhydric alcohols? Polyhydric alcohols are those alcohols which contains more than three hydroxyl group, more than three hydroxy group, OH group, that is called the polyhydric groups. Means monohydric alcohols, one OH. Dihydric alcohols, two OH. Trihydric alcohols, three OH. And polyhydric alcohols, more than three OH groups are present with carbon atom. Okay, that is the classification. So we classify alcohols by the two bases. Number one, on the basis of number of carbon atoms attached with the alpha carbon, and another is on the basis of number of hydroxyl group OH group present with carbon atoms. So that is the two types of the classification of the alcohols. Now comes to the nomenclature of alcohols. That is our third topic. nomenclature of alcohols. There are two methods by which we can give the names of the compound in chemistry. One is IUPAC naming system and another is common naming system. IUPAC naming system is so much important. So there are some rules by which we can give the name of the alcohols according to the IUPAC rules. Let's see what are these rules, how we can name the alcohols. First, select the longest possible chain that contains the alpha carbon. If we want to give the name of the alcohol, any alcohol, then we have to write its structural formula like that. Okay, now find out the alpha carbon atom. Alpha carbon atom is that carbon atom from which OH is combined. Okay, now in this compound, OH group is here combines with that carbon atom. That carbon atom is called the alpha carbon atom. So, what is the first rule? Select the longest possible chain that contains alpha carbon atom. Means we have to find out the longest chain in which alpha carbon atom is present. That is the alpha carbon atom. This carbon atom must be in the longest chain. Okay, that is the first rule. What is the first rule? You have to select longest chain and it is necessary to include the alpha carbon atom in that longest chain. Okay, now the second rule is number the carbon atoms in the chain as in such a way that alpha carbon atoms gets the minimum number. What we have to do, let's see. That is the compound and we have to give number each carbon present in the longest chain. Here longest chain is that chain and we have to number it. Number 1. Which carbon atom gets the number 1? Alpha carbon atoms get the number 1 position. So that carbon is here alpha carbon, so it gets number 1 and number 2. Next one gets number 3. There are 3 carbon atoms are present. So we have to number all the 3. The numbering will be starts from the side or from the carbon which has OH group. Okay, now the third point, then identify the hydrocarbon and name the as per IUPAC naming system. After giving the numbering, we have to find out whether it is meth, eth or prop, etc. is the compound or the parent chain. Here, one, two, three, three carbons are there. That means prop. Prop. Single bond is present in all the carbon atoms. Means ane, propane. Okay. Now it has methyl group positioned at the number two. Position number two has methyl group. So we have to write first of all the position of the functional group and then parent carbon name and ane for single bond. This compound has 2-methyl propane. Okay, how it is 2-methyl propane? In that compound, methyl group is present at the number 2 carbon atom. So it is called as 2-methyl. And 1, 2, 3 carbons are total there. So it has the word root prop. And there is a single bond between carbon atom. So we have to add ane as a suffix. If there is a double bond, then ene will be added. If there is a triple bond, then ine will be added. Okay, now these are the three rules. Now come to the rule number 4. That is, now replace E in the end of the parent hydrocarbon named by all. If single bond is there, then A and E was in the end. If double bond is there, then E and E will be present as a suffix. If Y and E is there, then triple bond was there. In all these names, these are ended with E. If we want to convert them as alcohols, then we have to remove its E from the end and add ol in the end. Okay, ol will be added as a suffix. For example, if one carbon atom is there, that is the one carbon atom, and OH is attached here with it, okay, then what will be the name? One carbon atom is methane, methane, okay, methane, A and E is there. What we have to do? We have to remove E from it, and after removing E, we have to add all. Okay, what will be the name after that? methanol, that means methanol. Similarly, C2H5 C2H5OH is called the ethanol. Ethanol. E is replaced with OH. Propanol, butanol, pentanol, hexanol, and so on. Let's see what is the name of that compound. Here, the OH atom is attached with that carbon atom. That carbon atom is called the alpha. Okay. Now, let's select the longest chain possible in that compound. The longest chain is 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, according to second rule, we have to give number it. 1, 2, 3. Three carbon atoms are there. Which carbon atom has number 1? The alpha carbon atom has number 1. Okay, position. Alpha carbon atom has number 1 position. Okay, now methyl group is here attached with the carbon number 2. So 2 methyl, 1, 2, 3 carbons are there. So it is called the prop. And single bond is also present. It's called the ane. Here A N E. A N E. A-N-E. Here E is replaced with ol. So it is called the propanol. 2-methyl propanol is the name of that compound. Okay, now comes to the another method of naming, that is common naming system. Common naming system. There is no rules for common naming system. So, some general terms or names are used for such kind of naming system. The common names for alcohol is called the alkyl alcohol. Depending upon the structure of alkyl group, we have to add prefix n, iso, secondary, tertiary or neo. Let's see. Number 1. N, where N is added. N means normal. If straight chain compound is there, it is called the normal. And we have to use as a prefix N. N in the form of prefix. Okay. N is added when alpha carbon and other carbon atoms make a straight chain. That is the straight chain. And here alpha carbon atom makes it. So it is called the N. N means normal. There is a straight chain. No branching is there. Let's see the another. Iso word will be added. Iso as a prefix. When? When OH group is attached with one-sided branched carbon chain. For example, isopropyl alcohol. In that is the longest chain. Okay. And the OH group is here attached. So OH group is here attached with the second carbon, or we can say the branched carbon. So it is called the iso. Similarly, secondary word will be used. Secondary word will be used when alpha carbon is attached with the two carbon atoms. Here OH OH functional group is combines with that carbon, that is called the alpha carbon. Here alpha carbon atom is combines with the one of the methyl group. Similarly, another side one another carbon atoms group is present, means there are total two carbon atoms are combines with the alpha carbon atom. Such alcohols are called the secondary. One, two, three, four. Four carbon atoms called the butyl alcohol. Secondary butyl alcohol will be its name. Okay. Now, tertiary word will also be used. Tertiary, when tertiary word is will be used, if alpha carbon atom is attached to the three carbon atoms. Let's see tertiary butyl alcohol. It is represented here, that is the alpha carbon atom because OH is attached with it, and there are three carbon atom number 1, carbon atom number 2, carbon atom number 3. Three carbon atoms are there with the alpha carbon. If three carbon atoms are there, it is called the tertiary. Iso word will be gets if branched chain compound is present and OH group is combined with it. Secondary is named will be used as a prefix if hydroxyl group having carbon, that is called the alpha carbon atom, is attached with the two another carbon atoms. Tertiary alcohol are those alcohols in which OH group is combined with alpha carbon atom and alpha carbon atoms is combined with the three carbon atoms. Okay. Now in the final phase we are going to learn a very important topic, that is called the preparation of alcohols. There are some methods by which we can prepare alcohols. Alcohols can be prepared by many substances. For example, we can prepare alcohols from alkenes. Alkenes are those carbon compounds having that double bond between carbon-carbon atom. Okay, these are called the alkenes. So from alkenes we can prepare alcohols. How we can prepare alcohols from alkenes? By catalytic hydration, acidic catalytic hydration. What do you mean by hydration? Addition of water is called the hydration. What is acid catalyzed? Acid will be used as a catalyst. Acid will be used to enhance the rate of reaction. Okay, so let us see by the one example, that is the prop-1-ene means propene. Propene is the alkene. Here double bond is present between the carbon-carbon atoms. When water is added to it, in the presence of dilute H2SO4, then it will forms isopropyl alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol. Why it is formed isopropyl alcohol, not N-propyl alcohol? Because this reaction is according to the Markovnikov's rule. What is Markovnikov's rule? Markovnikov's rule is the rule in which atom or group of atoms which are coming from the other compound will be added to that carbon atom which has a lesser number of hydrogen, and that carbon atom must be attached with the double bond with the other carbon atom. For example, here let's see, that is the compound propene. Here the carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, three carbons are there. In these three carbon atoms, carbon number 1 has two hydrogen atoms attached with it, but carbon number 2 has only one hydrogen atom attached with it, but in carbon number 3, three hydrogen atoms are there. That water is split up into OH negative ions and H plus ions. Then what happens? These OH ions are combines with one of the carbon atom. Markovnikov says that OH is combines with that carbon atom which has a lesser number of hydrogen atom and also bonded with double bond. That is called the Markovnikov's rules. Means what is Markovnikov's rule? It is the rule in which atom or group of atom is combined with that carbon atom has the minimum number of atoms attached with it. It must be combined with double bond with the other carbon atom. That is called the Markovnikov's rule. Okay. Now, from alkenes, the another method by which we can prepare the alcohols by hydroboration or oxidation of alkenes. Hydroboration, or we can say oxidation of alkenes, in according with the anti-Markovnikov's rule. What is anti-Markovnikov's rule? It is opposite to the Markovnikov's rule. In anti-Markovnikov's rule, coming atom or group of atoms will be combined to that carbon atom which has more number of hydrogen. That is called anti-Markovnikov's rule. In the example here, propene is there, alkene is there, and when we take oxidation reaction with hydroboration, then what happens? It will change into the CH3, CH2, and CS2 also has BH2. Okay, now what happens when CH3 CH double bond CS2 is again supplied to it, then it will change into the CS3 CS2 CS2 twice and BH. When further propene will be provided to it, then it will change into the CH3, CH2, CH2 thrice and B. Again, in the presence of water and hydrogen peroxide, in the presence of OH ions, it will finally convert into propanol and boron hydroxide will be there. So propanol, we can say here the OH group is attached with that carbon atom which has more number of hydrogen atom. We can prepare alcohols with hydroboration oxidation of alkenes. Okay, so these are the two methods by which we can prepare alcohols from alkenes. Alcohols are not only prepared from alkenes, they can also be prepared from carbonyl compounds and from Grignard reagent. Let's see how alcohols can be prepared from carbonyl compounds. What is the carbonyl compound? Those compounds which has carbonyl group means carbon double bond oxygen, that is called the carbonyl group, and the compounds having the carbonyl group is called the carbonyl compounds. Aldehyde and ketone both are called the carbonyl compound. So we can prepare alcohols from carbonyl compounds. Let's see how. We took a propanol, it's called the aldehyde. When it undergo hydrogenation, means hydrogenation, what is hydrogenation? The addition of hydrogen in the presence of some catalyst is called the hydrogenation. When catalytic hydrogenation of aldehyde and ketones are done, then we will obtain alcohol. For example, propanol is here, CH3, CH2, CHO. Propanol is here. When hydrogen is added in the presence of palladium metal, added to hydrogen in the presence of palladium catalyst, then it will form the propanol. CH3, CH2, CH2, OH, propanol. So we can prepare alcohols from aldehydes. Similarly, we can prepare alcohols from ketones. Here ketone is there, carbonyl group CO is present, CH3, CH3, three carbons are there, so it is called the propanone. Propanone. When sodium borohydride is present along with the propanone, then what happens? Then alcohols will be formed, CH3COH and CH3. Okay, isopropyl alcohol. We can also prepare alcohol from Grignard reagent. What are Grignard reagent? Grignard reagents are those reagents in which magnesium metal is present with halogen and alkyl group. That is called Grignard reagent. If Grignard reagent is used in preparation of alcohols from the aldehyde or ketone, then what happens? Then R group, alkyl group here act as nucleophile. Nucleophile which contains negative charge to attack the partially positive carbon atoms of the carbonyl group. For example, here carbonyl group is present and RMgX means Grignard reagent is there. Then what happens during the reaction? The alkyl groups having the negative charge means in the form of nucleophile, it comes to the carbon and attack on that carbon. If it attack on the carbon, that double bond will be broken and R will be added here. So it will form the adductor in which alkyl groups combines with the carbon and Oxygen, which is combines with the carbon, is also combines with magnesium and halogen. So in the middle of the reaction, an adduct will be formed. Okay, when that adduct is combines with the water or with the hydration of adduct is there, then it forms the alcohol. What happens? OH comes from the water and combines with the carbon atom to remove the magnesium halide, magnesium MgOH and X. That OH comes from the water, and that magnesium and halogen is already present in it. So we can say that water is giving OH here to the adduct, then it will form alcohol, RCOH, alcohol. These are the some method by which we can prepare the alcohol. Number one was from alkene. Number two was from carbonyl compounds. Number three was from Grignard reagents. Okay. Now, what we learned today? Number one, we learn introduction to alcohols, phenols and ethers. Number two, classification of alcohols. Number three, nomenclature of alcohols. And finally, we have learned preparation. Now, some questions for you. First question is, define anti-Markovnikov's rule and Markovnikov's rule with example. Another question is, what is the IUPAC name of the following? That is the compound. Find out the IUPAC name of that compound. First of all, you have to select the longest chain and then give the numbering of the compound which has the OH group, that means alpha carbon atom, and numbering will be start here 1 2 and 3 and 4. After giving the numbering, you have to find out the positions of the attached group or functional groups, and then E is replaced with all in the last step. Okay. Now, question number third. How will you convert propanol into propanol? Means aldehyde to alcohol. How will you prepare? Find out the answer. Okay. Now, question number four. Complete the following reaction. Here propanol is there and sodium borohydride is there. When sodium borohydride and propanol is there, then what happens? Find out the product and write here. Okay. Now, fifth question is here. Glycol CH2OH CH2OH is monohydric or dihydric? Find out, is it monohydric or dihydric? Explain why it is dihydric or why it is monohydric. Explain your answer with reason. Okay. So, that is all about from me today. I hope you will enjoy the lecture. If you have any problem, then you may ask from your teacher. It's time to say bye. Thank you.